Let's see if you guys know this one. Oh, we'll do some Tom Petty, don't you worry.
It's a deep cut.
We'll play some Tom Petty.
Nice.
Okay, ready?
Yeah?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show. And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
We serve the 3-year-olds up to the 22, but we also hit a wide range of abilities and behaviors. We serve 14 school districts here, and we serve the 1% that the school districts cannot serve within their own school districts. Which is another really powerful thing that music does for our kids, managing behavior. And that's one of the big things we do here is manage behavior. I'm super passionate about music anyway and bringing that in for our students. I don't think that a lot of people realize the power that music has behind it in a therapeutic and an educational form, and also recreational. Because we're kind of in our own world here too, and thinking of all the other things that RME does. Beyond what you guys do here for us is fabulous, but what you do out in the community is unbelievable.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Eckberg. You might know me from the band Pocket Mouse. You might know my solo stuff. You might not know me at all, and that's why you should be checking out Peoria Music Live. It's the best place to find out about all the great local musicians and the average ones like me. And soon, when we're all playing gigs, it's the place to go to see the listings of all the live music every weekend. Hope to see you out there soon.
We're here for not to explode the depth of darkness, the vast unknown, infinite isn't there to explode.
Hey guys, Natasha Green here from the Peoria Drum Circle, Uke Jam Peoria, and the Grand Prairie Music Studio. Still using Peoria Music Live to check out all the best stuff happening in Peoria and the greater area. Looking forward to getting back together and making music with all of you. Take care, guys. Bye.
So we're talking about Peoria Music Live.
PML, as they say.
What is PML?
Peoria Music Live.
That's right. It is advertising, promotions business that really benefits all the musicians of the Peoria area.
It's true.
At no cost to them. What's your favorite thing about Peoria Music Live?
How supportive they are to any local musicians, not just the ones that they like. It's all music.
Yep, it's equal treatment out there. Yeah, it's killer. Check them out.
In my mind, I'm gonna play live music. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moon shining? Ain't like a friend of mine to keep 6 feet away. 'Cause I'm gonna play live music in Peoria. Thanks for keeping live music alive. Peoria Music Live.
Hi, it's Roxy from 99.9 WWCT, and I am so excited to check out this lineup that John has put together over there in Galva. And big shout out to Peoria Music Live, because right now it is scary times, as you all know, for musicians, and live music in the area has been going gangbusters. And I know Peoria Music Live is doing their best to keep us all informed and to keep the music going. And until we can all get together again as one big happy music family, stay safe and enjoy the virtual concerts. I'll talk to you on the radio. It's 99.9 WWCT.
This is Adam from Sable Plug Solutions. SBS was formed by 3 friends, all vets, to empower small business owners and the goal of strengthening communities. We believe music is a powerful tool to elevate communities socially, culturally, and economically. We are proud web and design providers for Play It Forward and Heartland Connections.
Hi, I'm Sean Kendall, owner of Trademark Vacations here in our beautiful Galva office. We specialize in custom European vacations and are proud to support Heartland Connections in their mission to bring quality music to our local area. One of my favorite things to do while traveling is to watch live music in small towns. So we're super excited to have all these great musicians and performers in our backyard. We hope you enjoy the show tonight, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Too many miles to remember the smell of the air. This place is all good, but nothing can ever compare. The sun burns my skin as it feels so early in the sky. I love this place, but it's only a thin disguise. Paradise is wherever your people are.
Welcome to Heartland Connections, elevating the area socially, culturally, and economically. Heartland Connections is brought to you by Done Right TV and Security Solutions, the Bishop Hill Creative Commons, Peoria Music Live, Crescent City Tap, Bishop Hill Bakery and Eatery, LMV Productions, the Backroad Music Festival, Trademark Vacations, Anderson Family Coffee, Lanka Graphics, The Colony Inn, Vintage Radio WQUD-FM, Stable
All alone in the darkness, sing your house song. Night air is as empty as the day is long. All alone in the darkness, you avoid the fire. You fear to pull you in, instinct or desire. Spend your time in the outside, you can't see your breath. Sit down on your haunches and try to get some rest. All you need is some shelter, place to sleep and a meal. Try again tomorrow for a better deal. And stare at the moon, sing your house song. Someday we'll find somebody who will sing along and stare at the moon. Sing your house song. Someday we'll find somebody who will sing along. Who? Follow tracks in the snow, made by whom you do not know. 'Cause you are alone here, and it's the loneliness you fear. And you walk with an empty belly, and food you have not known. You walk with false knowledge for things not shown. You walk with these burdens, they must weigh you down. But you are the king of the free, be proud and wear your crown. find somebody who will sing along and stare at the moon. Sing your house song. Someday you will find somebody who will sing along. Ah-hoo. Thank you, that's the wolf. I was really hoping the dog would start howling like on cue, but I'll keep working on trying to win him over as a fan, him or her. How many people here, if anyone, have ever seen me or my band, The Nadas, play before? Anybody? Well, all right. I thought I was here in the middle of a whole bunch of people who'd never heard me before. That's good. Not that I have anything against the people who've never heard me before. We're going to all work together, so... I'm going to do, we, the Nadas, put out a new record in May. Also not a good time to put out a new record. But it was done. So what do you do next, you know? But this was our first duo record. So the band, the Nadas, is myself and another guy. And then generally we're surrounded by incredible players. But myself and the other guy decided we would do this. Mike Butterworth is his name. We decided we'd do a record, just the two of us. So 2 acoustic guitars, 2 vocals, no fancy tricks, no overdubs, no other instruments. We put that record out in May, and it's called The Nadas Duo Numero Uno. And this song's off that record, so it's called Biscuits and Gravy. It's a song about love and breakfast. Back beneath the sheets, lost count of the sheep. Every breath I hear you breathe, like some kind of creep. Another night with a side of grief, no relief. I'm alone, you're beside me, slapped hand of a thief. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you, Biscuits and Gravy. When I wrote that song, I thought I was writing like a universal love song because I thought everybody loved Biscuits and Gravy. But now that I've been playing it live, it turns out some people don't like Biscuits and Gravy. Yeah. Not here, though? Here, everybody loves Biscuits and Gravy? Oh, good. I worked that chicken and waffles line in there just to try to make, you know, be more inclusive. And last night there was a woman who was like, no, pancakes. Song keeps getting longer. Darling, you've been feeling feeling so bad, and it's the worst you ever had. I feel it too. I know it's true. I feel for you. And I feel your pain. I feel the same every single day. 'Cause I know it's true. I feel it too. I feel for you. I wanna make you feel better, and I know that I can. Wanna make you feel better. Baby, I'm your man, and I watch you sleep. I pray the Lord all our souls to keep, 'cause I know it's true. And all right. So most of the songs I'm doing are not as songs that I wrote with my partner Mike for the band, and then every once in a while I'll work in something by somebody else, see if I can make some new friends that way. And then I have a handful of new songs, so I'm working on a little solo project to go along with going out and playing solo shows, and this is one of those songs. So this is a new one, and it's called Pocket Every Stone. I have a younger brother, Ben, who has been on an interesting adventure all summer long, been on a kind of a vision quest walkabout. He spent many years as a fly fishing guide out west, all over out west, and an outdoor guide of all kinds, kind of hunting guide, fishing guide, and but lately he's becoming more of a shaman. I don't know if any of you guys are shamans, but he's a shaman. I don't know any other shamans. He's a shaman in training, something he's working on, and so he decided to go on this vision quest, and I loaned him an old band van. I went down. He has a little acreage in southern Iowa in a town called East Peru. It looks like Peru, but it's in Iowa. They call it East Peru. And I went down. I gave him the van keys, and he reached in his pocket and pulled out a rock, and he gave me this rock. And I was like, okay, thanks. What's this for? And he said, it's jasper. You need it for your travels. And I said, well, don't you need it for your travels? And he reached in his pockets with both hands and pulled out 2 handfuls of rocks. He said, I got plenty. And a lot of other weird stuff happened in the conversation, and he's sort of just blowing in the wind. He's going where the spirits tell him to go, and he's seeking guidance from his guides for every decision he makes. And so on the way home, my wife was like, you got to write a song about this. And I was like, I don't know if I can, it's there's so much going on there, and so much that's hard to understand for everybody, including my brother, including me. And so we got home, she took out a piece of paper, and she wrote down basically everything we talked about, and then she wrote the first line, which is now buried in the song, and she's like, you take it from here. So this is a co-write with my wife called Pocket Every Stone, about my brother's spiritual awakening. And there's something to it, because I don't know. He's surrounded by interesting things all the time. But in this case, he's been all over the place. He's driven like 15,000 miles in the past couple months. But now he's helping some people out on a horse sanctuary just not very far from here. And so we stopped in on the way, said hello, and we're going to go camp there tonight. And that was not part of the plan. So... all right, this is Pocket Every Stone. Turquoise and jasper, rose quartz and gold. The days they tumble faster, too young to be this old. Amethyst and topaz, Apache tear and jade. Keep these stones, but the rocks they weigh me down. Keep these stones here in your pocket, and try not to drown. And and smoke them if you've got 'em. Stay still in quicksand, 'cause you can't hit rock bottom if you hold them in your hand. And they say the past goes on forever. They say the future is unknown, except to those of us who stand together, except to those who pocket every stone. They say the past goes on forever. They say the future is unknown, except to those of us who stand together, except to those who pocket every stone, except to those who pocket every stone, except to those who pocket every stone. Thank you. Thank you. I have been surprised at some at the shows I've been playing that out, how many people reach in their pocket and pull out a rock. Anyone carrying a rock today in their pocket? There we go. Awesome. I'm not going to ask you what it is or why you have it. I just taking a survey. All right. This is a song called Roses. And wrote this one for my wife. Her name's Emma Rose. I swear forgiveness is nice in heavy doses. Did it all for the roses, not for the posies. Go down. Well, the candles flicker on the back bar of my house. It's shaking in the wind. Bought a whiskey for the gypsy. She turned my leather back into skin. And it gave me such a fine glow, smoky and slow. I should probably be homeward bound, but there's no one to talk to when the lights go down. Open up your back screen door, let me in your place once more. I was looking for an easy score, but I can't go on this way. Well, my one true love, my God, I can feel her still. She moved off to California, now she's living in those Hollywood hills. Some bullfrog prince, I have not seen her since, but she calls me when he's out of town, when there's no one to talk to and the lines go down. Open up your back screen door and let me in your place once more. I was looking for an easy score, but I can't go on this way. Well, this hurricane party's winding down. We're all waiting for the end. I don't want another drink, only want that last one again. And it gave me such a fine glow, smoky and slow. I should probably be homeward bound, but there's no one to talk to when the lights go down. When the lights go down. When the lines 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 go down. Thank you. James McMurtry wrote that one. All right, so I did, thanks to Heartland Connection for setting me up with a radio interview today on the airwaves of 107.7, The Vintage. Is that what it's called? Vintage? Yeah. It was awesome. It was in the town of Erie. And I called up because I couldn't find the address, even Googling it. And so I called the station, and no one answered, so I called the request line, and they answered. And I said, yeah, can I get your address? And he said, well, I don't know the address, but I'm pretty much the only car in the square right in the triangle. It's a red car. Just go to the red car in the triangle. And so, yeah, I love radio like that. Radio like that is few and far between these days. And I had a blast on there. Spent better part of an hour on the air and playing songs and telling stories. And I have a song called Listen Through the Static, which is sort of a song about radio. And it's a little bit disparaging to radio, so I don't want you to think it's about that station. This is about the other stations that aren't as cool. I guess the longer version of that story is that we made a record in the early 2000s with the guys from the band Deep Blue Something, and they had a hit song called Breakfast at Tiffany's, which if you either know the song or you don't know the song, but now you'll hear it everywhere all the time. So they had that one hit, and they made their whole life around that song. They started this band when they were in college. It's two brothers, Todd and Toby Pipes. They started this band when they were in college. They had that song. They got a record deal. They toured the world solid for 2 years. They said even when they came home and played Dallas, their hometown, they stayed in a hotel. They got on the tour bus, and they hit the road. And so we figured that if they could have a hit song like that if we went and worked with them, we'd have a hit song like that. So we made a record with them called Transceiver, and we very purposefully made songs that the radio would love, we thought, and they helped us, and we got to be great friends with those guys. We had so much fun making it, and then we put the record out, and we didn't get any airplay. Nobody cared, and that's just the way it is in the business, you know. And so it was time to make another record, but we had so much fun with them, we decided we'd go back, work with them again, and this time we made a record that we didn't care about radio, whether radio would care or not. We called it Listen Through the Static. It was the title track on the record, and it was a song, it was sort of a commentary about how radio is irrelevant, and it sort of harkens back to those times and moments when radio felt good, and but it's not nice to radio underneath, you know, in the subcontext of it. And that song radio played a ton. So it was at that moment I figured out that I'll never figure out the music business. But here's that song, Listen Through the Static. I drive traffic fight, and I can't find a frequency to clear my mind. Bought and paid for every hour. All right, I have another new one, and I'm just anxious to play it, so I should save it till later, you know, for pacing. but I'm just anxious to play it, so I'm going to play that now. And it's a song called Camper Van 1. Hoping for Camper Van. I'm hoping for a series of Camper Van songs. Because when I wrote this one, I planned to write about the whole country, but 3.5 forms only to one region of the country, and so I write songs in, and I had the same pen, and there was a guitar nearby, and the act of writing out this route felt like writing a song, so I just grabbed a guitar and multitasked, which I'm not known for my multitasking skills, but I did in this song. So this is Camper Van 1. 8 hours to the Black Hills Mountains, past the Turtle Buttes, and we're still counting the signs. To the Wall Drug Store, playing Stone Face with Crazy Horse. 7 hours to Yellowstone, oh give me a home where the buffalo roam. Gonna stand where Custer last stood, making my peace while knocking on wood. I'm gonna drive my camper van, I'm gonna cruise across the land on the road less traveled than. Gonna drive my camper van. Only 45 miles and it's all 2 lanes across Idaho via Coeur d'Alene. On the way back home we'll take the southern route along the Snake River like you wanted to. 4 more hours to Puget Sound. Nephew's growing by leaps and bounds. Stay a few days just to rest our bones. Stop in Oregon on the way back home. I'm gonna drive my camper van. I'm gonna be like, here, try this. My great aunt Helga, when she was a little girl, used to ride with her dad when they would run this into Chicago every other week or something like that. And so I heard that story. I heard the story about some other guy's great-grandpa who owned the mortuary in town, and he had an old hearse that they didn't use anymore, and they kept it parked out front with the tires all flat, except for the tires weren't really flat. They would air them up at night, and they would run whiskey in it. But they left it sitting that way so that people thought it was just a broke-down hearse. And I kept hearing so many of these stories that I got kind of obsessed with it. So at one point, someone would tell me about their great aunt that lived in the nursing home in some little town, and I would say, does she like having visitors? And so then I would go visit this nursing home and hear these stories, and then I did the whole Carroll County nursing home circuit, hearing Templeton Rye stories from 80, 90, 100-year-old people. So this song is 2 hours long. Get comfortable. No, it's a tidy 3 minutes, 45 seconds. But all the little details came from somebody telling me something directly that was related to it. So, born in a cloud of dust, it broke the best of us. Sweat and poverty, it was a desperate time. Then they took her drink away. How are we supposed to live that way? Nothing takes away the pain like Templeton Rye. So let the barn burn, let the band play, everything will be okay. 'Cause when your mouth gets dry, fill my cup with Templeton Rye. Bag of sugar and a bushel of grain, everyone is praying for rain. Revenue is poured down the drain, so we start from scratch. 30 feet of a copper pipe, 100 gallons cooking overnight. Make sure it tastes just right and start another batch. So let the barn burn, let the lovers dance, state fair romance. 'Cause when your mouth gets dry, fill my cup with Templeton Rye. Now we make it on our own in the basement of our home. sell a little bit to Al Capone. The guy's got a mean thirst. You take the rest to the River House barn, out and back of the heater farm. A pretty girl walking on my arm, guided by the moonlight. So let the barn burn, let the band play, everything will be okay. 'Cause when your mouth gets dry, fill my cup with Templeton Rye. Fill my cup with Templeton Rye. When your mouth gets dry, fill my cup with Templeton Rye. Thank you. I do like the smell of wood smoke at a show. This is nice. It's a nice touch. Anybody making s'mores? Well, that is tempting, but I'll wait till afterwards. Thank you. I'm not very good at eating s'mores. I would get real sticky, and then it would get on my strings, and then on my pick, and I probably wouldn't be able to continue. All right, this is a song about love and vandalism. It's called Carve Your Name, and it's inspired by a venue that my band plays a lot out in Colorado called the Little Bear. It's in Evergreen, Colorado, outside Denver. It's a little mountain town far from Denver. And this bar is like walking into it. It's got a boardwalk, a swinging saloon door, couple hundred bras hanging from the ceiling, just like an Old West saloon. And every square inch of the place is carved with people's names and initials and dates and hearts. So yeah, carve your name. Everyone can see when the years roll by, and soon I'll surely die. Baby, don't lie alone, no. Carve your name in stone. Asked me to call. I called her and she said, "Can I buy you coffee?" And I said, "Yes." This is my general policy in life, by the way. And she told me her life story, and it was incredible. And a small portion of that life story was that she was a songwriter in Nashville in the 80s. And as she was making her way up through the ranks in the songwriting community, in the song circles there, she was also studying like contract law. And so when people started to take advantage of her, she shut them down and sort of started spreading the word about all these ways people were being taken advantage of. So she got blacklisted in Nashville. And after that, she moved to Iowa. And so the end of our little coffee date, she said she wanted to give me a gift, and she gave me an envelope, and inside the envelope was a contract and a release of a hook. And like the hook's the part of the song that hopefully y'all remember. Maybe it sticks in your mind. Maybe it's the thing that makes you pay attention. And so she gave me this hook that she's never used, and she said, "I want you to write a song with it, and here you have all the rights to it. You don't owe me anything." Which sounds really nice, but it's also a ton of pressure and a little bit debilitating. But eventually, we wrote this song called Rita's Hook. She blew into town on a whim and a prayer, seen the postcards but never been there. She didn't bring much except a good book, her wit and her charm and one solid hook. Bought a Greyhound ticket only one way, tried to hitch home but decided to stay. And the man that she met turned out to be a crook. So she never gave him her one solid hook. Yeah, yeah. Now they play it on repeat on the radio. Rita's hook, Rita's hook, Rita's hook. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that song is on the Nada's One Louder record, and I don't have any CDs or anything, but all the Nada songs and stuff are on iTunes and Spotify and Pandora and Rhapsody and. Stolen keys to a borrowed car. Go this far. No one comes around here to look at the stars, just the blue lights. It's a blacktop road to a chain-linked fence. The mood was loose, your body was tense. And silhouette on your face, eclipsed by the blue lights, just the blue lights. Let the light shine on me. Let the light shine on you. So come with me to a private place. Below the dash, don't show your face. And move to me with a timid grace. In the blue lights, just the blue lights. It's a secret midnight rendezvous. Pace yourself to keep the mood. And someone yells, hey, get a rhythm. Not the blue lights, not the blue lights. Let the light shine on me. Let the light shine on you. Press writing the song, so. Perpetuate the lie. I sit and watch the numbers roll by. Make myself stay. Chain to yet another day. It's all about trying to make ends meet. Stare until you go blind. Standing on your own 2 feet. Pushing through the daily grind. Well, I've got my nose to the grindstone. I've got my head in the game. But I'd rather be somewhere with a pack on my back, finding shelter from the rain. And I sit and watch my dog sleep, thinking about man and beast, how we're all just trying to behave so we can get a treat. It's all about trying to make ends meet. Stare until you go blind. Standing on your own 2 feet. Pushing through the daily grind. Yeah. Lead this horse to water, but you can't make me drink. You can saddle up and ride, find your own kitchen sink. And now we're off the subject. Let's get back to this job at hand. Just remember it could be worse. It's not like you play in a band. It's all about trying to make ends meet. Stare until you go blind. Standing on your own 2 feet. Pushing through the daily grind. It's all about trying to make ends meet. Stare until you go blind. Standing on your own 2 feet. Pushing through the daily grind. Thank you. Well, now you don't have to think about it till Wednesday. Couple more, you guys. Is that all right? I'll do another cover here. Do a John Prine song. Feels right for me right now. Uh-oh, what just happened? Schools. Wow. Does it do that every 55 minutes or something? That's pretty awesome. All right, well, good work. There's flies in the kitchen. Can hear them all buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up this morning. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. To believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, this has been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you for presenting live music in this way, and for building an audience and supplying an audience for people like me who are just wandering down the road. And thanks for setting up the TV studio up here and broadcasting / recording and editing and everything you do. Thank you. And yeah, appreciate it. If you guys want to follow along to this on this adventure, I have a Facebook page. I have a website. It's my name. There's not a lot of updated content on there, but I do a lot on Facebook on Jason Walsmith Storyteller. I post a lot of fun stuff. Today we posted a little video of a pig scratching its back on our mud flap of our van. Things like that really, are going to change the world. And then Falcor Van on Instagram is fun too, so please follow along. I think I'm going to end. That school's out? All right, let's party. I'm going to end with a song called Long Goodbye off of Nada's record. And I hope you like it. It's kind of a song about, it's a song about the evolution of love. And some of the lines it's also a song about the evolution of a band. It's a little schizophrenic. Some of the lines in there were borrowed from, I heard this radio story one time about someone uncovered a bunch of Charles Darwin's love letters, and I thought it was interesting that he'd written this book that was controversial and, so famous, but that now we're talking about his love letters. And so, that's right. All of the above, yes. So, this is a song kind of inspired by those letters and inspired by being in a band. And it's called Long Goodbye. It's a long goodbye, and it's all right, stay with me tonight. All right. Celebrate the end for what it creates. Heaven help me then to find my faith in you. Many times we've kissed, we've cried for this. I mean, I'm not here to make you work hard or anything. I'd be happy to do one more song. I just knew somebody wanted to beat the traffic and the wind was blowing. Yeah, I'll do one more though. I want to leave you wanting more. So, okay. Well, thank you. That's nice. I don't know. I'm going to end I'll end with one that's not a typical closer. It's not going to make you want to dance all night or anything like that, but I don't know. It feels like the season's changing all of a sudden. So this song feels right. The song is called "The Visitor," and it's about travelers and relying on the kindness of strangers, which you often do as a traveler. And it was inspired by a friend of mine who is a pretty amazing person who was the youngest Iowan to ever summit Everest when he was like 16 years old. And then after high school, he decided he'd ride his bike across the country and then climbed a whole bunch of other mountains, all the big ones. And then he decided he wanted to swim the English Channel, which not very many people have summited Everest and swum the English Channel because it's like different, takes different muscles. And so he did that, but he didn't make it across. He's still alive. I didn't mean he didn't make it like that. He didn't finish. I have to run. I have to run. I am a visitor. See the table that is set for me. Family silver serves this feast, moving daily from west to east. Follow me, follow me. Well, the least we can do is share our wealth and raise our glasses to each other's health. Throw a penny in to wish you well. It's all we need, plan to see. I am a visitor. I am a visitor. I am a visitor. I have to run. I have to